What's going on, everyone? The Bad Habits, aka TBH here. And today I'm here to review episode 1 of the latest addition to the Walking Dead franchise, The Ones Who Live. Come on aboard, y'all. Episode 1. Let's go. I probably don't need to warn you, but spoilers ahead, okay? Now, you may be looking at me like, wait, TBH, don't you review movies and, sometimes do gaming shorts? Yes, but, today we're going to branch out a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to end up reviewing, the whole series or each episode individually, but I got to be honest, y'all. I was super excited for this, and I don't know. I feel like this deserved the proper treatment, so let's go. Episode 1 is mainly a Rick episode. And, if you're not aware by chance, perhaps you stopped watching for whatever reason. Plenty of reasons I could think of. But anyway, Rick was last seen in episode 8 or 9, I believe, of season 9. It's been a while, a little over 5 years since he's been gone. But the other star, of course, Michonne, she makes a few appearances in this episode, okay? And based on, the preview of the next episode, looks like that one's gonna be, more based around her, and, we can get her storyline, see what she's been up to, because, god damn, she out there looking like the woman king, okay, man? She is just lucky ass Rick, man, god damn it. Yeah, with that being said, it's a Rick episode. We rightfully spend the most time with him. Like I said, he's been gone the longest. Michonne left in like season 10. Last we saw him, he sacrificed himself on a bridge.
I found him.
When we're introduced to Rick, he is on the verge of, contemplating suicide. He's holding a sharp piece of glass up to his neck. It's a very stark and brutal opening. Not a lot happens. I don't believe there's really any dialogue. It's just good to see my boy back. At least it was until he, dare I say, this looks like it's gonna be a more mature story, which, Walking Dead isn't lighthearted by any means, but I don't know. It has a different tone. For example, in this first episode, I think I heard like 3 F-bombs. Now, I realize how immature that sounds, coming from a almost 30-year-old man who's like, oh, I just want to hear cuss words. No, the thing is, this is a world where the dead has risen and they feed on the living. So language, that's the least of it. Rick is in this huge community ran by the CRM. Now that I'm not going to get into in this episode. Perhaps I'll do it down the line. Just know that they're their own civilization, in the thousands, okay? It's beyond the Commonwealth, if I'm not mistaken. But we catch up to him, and, this man he's just basically been a guard. He's just been killing infected around the city, very low level. But he's being watched over by this really fucking cool character, I want to say, Okafor. He was a surprise standout in this episode. It's only episode 1, of course, and frankly, it doesn't end well for Okafor, so we probably won't see a lot more of him. Spoiler alert, of course. But no, I was really digging this character. At first, I thought I was just going to be a generic, dickhead leader type, but no, actually, he's got some layers to him, and I think I'm really enjoying the performance. It may not even be the character, that might just be the actor himself, but no, whatever it is, it's working for me. That brother is smooth, man, okay? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it looked like, at least to me, no disrespect intended, but it looks like someone put Chadwick Boseman and Idris Elba into a teleporter, and then they just sort of merged together, like The Fly. Rick sees himself as a prisoner. So this episode is basically a little bit of a combination of The Walking Dead, of course, and Prison Break. This is some Great Escape shit, okay? It's really nice little twist to it, especially with Rick's history with prisons. You know, he was a sheriff. They lived in a prison in season 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's very nice little twist on that aspect. I appreciate shit like that. But yeah, he is fucking miserable there, hence the contemplation of suicide. This man is still brutal. Early on, he attempts to escape. I believe they said he tries to escape 4 times total. This man essentially has a leash on him and it's attached to his left arm. Oh man, all right, y'all. So for those who've been cock teased in the main series about when's Rick gonna get that metal hand, this motherfucker is really about that life. Okay, so he just, I gotta say, I didn't think they would go through with that, or at the very least, I thought it would be a dream sequence, and that happened several times during this episode for me. I was just like, oh. Let me guess, that didn't happen, and it's just, all pretend. No, they actually commit to some choices in this series, or at least this episode. I mean, not to get ahead of myself here. It's a nice iteration and a nice little nod to the comic books. This one even has like a Assassin's Creed hidden blade. It's kind of cool. Yeah, overall, one of the pros is it's a very simple setup for this episode. Rick's a, ground level worker in this secure but flawed place. He's offered a chance by Okafor to sort of reform it from within, him and another character named Thorn. Instead of drinking the Kool-Aid or committing to that cause, he goes along with it because he really just wants to get his family back. By the end of this episode, he's actually committed to helping the CRM, specifically Okafor, who offers him a job. It's an interesting twist to where I thought we were gonna go with this episode because he's been so resilient the entire time. Just as he's accepted his position, ready to move up, Okafor gets fucking killed by presumably Michonne.
We'll get there, don't worry.
One thing I also want to complain about, this isn't about the series, so, please don't hold it against the actual series, but the app, AMC Plus. I am not normally a subscriber, but I just signed up today so I can watch the damn series. They make it so goddamn difficult with this app. It crashed so many times. I can't download it on my smart TV or my Xbox, for example. I don't understand because I paid my money. Do your job, AMC Plus. So, long story short, every time an ad would come up, because your boy's cheap, I grew up without cable. I can do commercials. But apparently, I guess, they got me because immediately I signed up for the upgraded one without ads now. So, they're getting like $9 out of me. I just gotta say, what the hell, y'all? Come on. I really want to review this series. Don't make it harder than it has to be. And at least put the app in other places. Sorry, I really just need to say that. It was really frustrating, honestly. This episode was like an hour. It took me, I don't know, maybe an hour and 40 minutes to get through the entire thing. So yeah, just very frustrating overall. I want to get back to Okafor. For this part, I'm not going to spoil specific details, but him and Rick have this, sort of combative relationship. His story, Okafor, I'm referring to, it's really fucking intense. I'm not gonna get into it, but he gets a little bit of a monologue explaining his motivation behind it, and man, it's not good. But I was more intrigued, if I'm being real. Earlier I mentioned Michonne pops up. Now, mainly she pops up in a couple dream sequences where her and Rick are just having a nice little conversation in the park. Very beautiful and peaceful. It looked like that was sort of his happy place. I can really appreciate that. Her fits in those dreams, by the way, everything about her. On my notes, I wrote this as a con, because I'm not really sure if that was established in the main series, but in this one, at one point, Rick and Okafor are flying in a helicopter. Rick's piloting the helicopter. I don't know, I just don't remember that ever coming up before. And, of course they could have just taught him, but I would have liked a little bit of dialogue, you know, some type of nod to it. Okafor sitting right next to him, so maybe he's, you know, mentioning, oh yeah, you got your 10,000 hours, you're an expert now. Something like that, whatever. Just to sort of acknowledge it, because we just hard cut to Rick piloting the fucking helicopter. It's weird, but then that leads up to Okafor's death. Now, oof. Buckle up here, folks. Now, this is my biggest gripe about the episode. Okafor gets killed by some type of missile that burrows itself into your body and then you explode. My issue with that is, well, first of all, you killed my new favorite character. I found it weird that they were able to shoot it directly into Okafor, who's, you know, in a helicopter. I don't know whose aim is that fucking good. So that kind of drove me crazy. I will be real with you, but you know, hey, nothing's perfect. It's a con, whatever. It leads to a great ending, I will say, because now that Okafor's, you know, a pile of red Kool-Aid in the co-pilot seat, Rick crashes. You know, it leads to a great ending, has some suspense. You know, I didn't think he was gonna die. That would be a punch in the dick. You know, come back 5-ish years later and just dead, episode 1. Anyway, yeah, he survives, and then that's how he's reunited with Michonne, who set up an ambush, long story short. We gotta stop all this black on black crime, Michonne, okay? Also, you know, a foot or two to the right, and that would have been her husband. So, you know, be careful. The height and the angle of that shot just made no sense to me. But we finally get our reunion, baby. Michonne is back. And I'm excited to see where we're going next week. So stay tuned. I currently plan on doing another one of these quick little videos dedicated to it, unless I don't. And then if that's the case, hit me up in the comments on this video. Let me know that I need to stay on it. Let me know if you're interested in this sort of thing. I might just do a whole series review. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. That's enough for me. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, follow, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, and I really appreciate you. Other than that, y'all, I've been The Bad Habits, aka TBH. And I'm signing out, y'all. Deuces.